So our next guests are the owners of a fast casual pizza concept that brings together the three C's: culinary, culture, and community. Eats and Rhymes is more than just selling pizza. It's a cultural hub where food, music, and community come together. It's rooted in Charlotte's historic West End. Welcome to the show, Ashley and Clem McKinley. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Oh,
Thank you
man.
for having us.
Excited to have y'all in.
Thank you.
Oh man,
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to get some merch after this. We'll talk about that afterwards. Eats and Rhymes, which is, you know what's kind of crazy about today? Eats and Rhymes, and today is the 30th anniversary of Beats, Rhymes, and Life, a Tribe Called Quest, which is crazy. It's just crazy how everything comes together. How did y'all? Well, now I gotta ask y'all. Favorite song, favorite rap song? You're a trapper, Ashley. You more like East Coast.
More East Coast.
Okay.
But when I think about like songs, I don't have a favorite song, but like favorite album is probably gonna be Equipment. Like that really.
Yeah.
High school is. I was going to a summer program at UNC Charlotte, and like I said, I think I played that CD till I scratched it up. And it's just like when it comes down to it, gives you everything. It gives you the classics, it gives you the commercial hits, it gives you that consciousness, and like I say, that's what embodies like Eats and Rhymes. It covers everything that you want to feel. So yeah, so Quimini is going to be my 5 mic album.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit because you gave you did a little lead in about
Yeah.
trapper. True, I do love trap music for sure. My favorite artist is Young Jeezy. This sweet guy took me on a few of the orchestras.
A few? Hold on.
Yeah, different cities.
You a good
So
you a
good.
good man.
So
It's a good man,
good.
Savannah.
So good. And if you haven't gone yet, there's still tour dates, so y'all should go. So that is Thug Motivation 101 is like my all-time favorite. However, a little unknown fact, everybody always thinks I love Southern music only, but one of my favorite albums is also Mobb Deep the Infamous. So I also love that, which is
Okay.
like starkly different. But my brother really loved them growing up. My brother is 7 years older than me. He introduced me to a lot of music. So I listened to that kind of young, probably shouldn't have been, but that is still one of my favorite albums is Mobb Deep, The Infamous, and Thug Motivation 101. So duality.
Now you got me thinking about my favorite album. Like, what is my favorite album? I don't know. Yeah, I get into different modes. I'm gonna get back to y'all on that one. But it's not about me. It's about y'all. Okay, Eats and Rhymes. How did that come together? Because correct me if I'm wrong. You worked in corporate America.
Yes.
Ashley, education.
Yes.
Have 2 beautiful kids,
Thank
by the way.
you so
I
much.
did good.
Hey, I love it. I'm here for it. And you have this love of music and obviously a love for food, pizza specifically.
Yes.
It's one thing to have a idea. It's another thing to actually put that into a business. How did that come together?
Because I started thinking about when you talk about creating, when you talk about culture, it's like what 2 things can you express of like how you feel more than expressing it through food and through music. And there's so many similarities between food and music that people really don't I wouldn't say they don't get, but like with Eats and Rhymes, it's really about the similarities of how you create a song and how you create a dish. And it all kind of goes together because it starts from the inside.
Yeah.
It starts from feelings. It starts from that nostalgia of growing up. And it's like, this is what I like.
Yeah.
I grew up off Beatties-Ford Road, and all we had growing up was chain pizza.
Yeah.
So I got to a point where it's like, what if I can put this pepperoni from Papa John's, Domino's, crust, like if I can create my own pizza, what would it be? So that's where the pizza part came from. And then the music came from is that it's just the feeling. It's like the excitement. Like you get in your car, most of the time, first thing you do is turn on that music. And then you turn the volume up and you just get that feeling. Like it's just you in the car. If you're at home, you're cleaning. It's just like you turn that music on. So when I think about community culture and to mesh those 2 things together, I just think it's perfect to include everybody.
Yeah.
Because everything is subjective nowadays. Like
Yeah.
you can say the best pizza here in Charlotte is this place or that place because of what you like and what your taste buds like. Same thing with music is you might not like this verse, you might not like this beat, but like I say, it's still a collective, it's a conversation, it's still a way to bring people together. And when I think of Eats and Rhymes, it's like that's what I think embodies of just community culture. And when you talk about culinary, like I've been guided to this place when it comes to food and music with the restaurant, because community has come before pizza. Getting more involved, like with my high school, with West Charlotte High School and the youth, has come before pizza. So it's like it's this place. This thing is taking me somewhere more than just pizza. That's why I say it's more than just pizza, because the pizza part is now becoming the last thing. Where the community and the culture and like really being more involved and like not being more suppressive. Like my feelings is like what I want to do. Like it's like a freedom to now really think of like all these creative things and ideas I had in my head. Like now to use it and to put it in play, and now pizza is a part of it. But like I say, I can make good pizza, but the community and then getting involved with schools and everything, there's so many networks, there's so many people that are supporting with that has been more special than just making a pizza.
And it's and what I'm hearing too, it's and we'll get to the brick and mortar part of things, right? But it's investing into your community where you grew up.
Yes.
And giving back at the same time.
Yes.
Because to the brick and mortar part, Beatty's Ford Road is the vision, right? That's where you want to put the restaurant.
That's where, like I say, I'm very intentional about being on Batesford Road to show that if it's considered undervalued, if you bring a value product to that place, to that part of Charlotte, like what could it do? And what could it do if there were 6 more me's that done it? Like over the last 2-3 years, you've seen Archive, you've seen the Mac and Sister with the bridal shop, you've seen the Juice Box, but there's a gap where somebody needs to come behind them to keep it going.
Yeah.
We can't wait 2-3 more years for the Excelsior Club to open up, the Weaver Street Market plans and development for the grocery store and the housing. Like, what are we going to do in these next 3 years? So I hope there's people like me, young entrepreneurs that have busted their tail in corporate, 70, 80 hours to build these brands, to launch these different incentives, to execute. Like, if you put that within your own business, like, what could we actually do for our community?
I guess have you talked about this with your kids? Because I asked this question because I feel like as a millennial, right? A lot of times we were excluded from what our parents were discussing. We didn't have the financial talk. We didn't have a lot of talks,
Right.
and we figured out things slowly. What is that conversation like with your kids about as you're building this business?
We started using the word legacy a lot, and like that was not used me growing up. Like my grandparents did a great job raising me, but they were older parents. You know, I mean, they took me, they legally adopted me and everything at 47, 48 years old. So leaving things was not in the conversation. So we've been very intentional, my wife and I, about like what can we leave our children for them to build off on. Yes, if we get in the brick and mortar, we start with the lease, but the brand that we build is going to build wealth where we can get our own storefront, our own brick and mortar for our kids. And they can decide if they want to carry this on, but like I said, because it's more than just pizza, like this brand is going to build different opportunities and create different paths that they can go and lead and still be involved.
And there's a nonprofit piece to this as well, right?
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
I'm happy to talk about that. So that's where we really, we've been very aligned on this business all the way. And naturally, as a married couple, we support each other, and I'm grateful to have that relationship with Clem. But I have, my mom is a retired educator, 34 years. She taught elementary school up in the Triad area, Greensboro, High Point.
Oh yeah, 336.
Yeah,
Shout it out now. Come on now.
336
Just saying.
Listen,
That's my home now.
336. It's a good old area code. And so I have been in education. This is coming up on year 19 for me. And so when we talked about it and we talked about giving back to the community and we talked about what we wanted to do, we thought about soft skills for kids, training for students, safe haven is something that comes up a lot. And so we know that, yes, you can give back as a pizzeria or a pizza shop, and people may want we're going to give pizza away, we're going to sponsor parties, do those things, the incentives that schools want, but we thought about what can we do where where we're really, really, really making an impact. So the nonprofit organization is called the Hot 16 Foundation. I'm gonna put a pin and let Clem explain because he came up with the name.
I
Okay?
love the name, by the way.
Yes.
I love the name.
So when you think of culinary, 16 inches or a 16-inch piece of pie,
Mm-hmm.
and then 16 in a verse, where it's 16 bars in a verse when it
Yeah.
comes to music and art. So the Hot 16 is, it goes both ways for us. Like I say, and my wife, she uses the word dichotomy a lot for me. And that's what, like, I feel like this embodies, even with the Hot 16 is. Like, I think sometimes we focus too much on the lesser of the good when it comes to the differences of how we like things and how we approach things. But with Hot 16 is, like I say, it covers both with that when it comes to food and music.
Yeah, so the idea is connecting, taking those 3 C's from
Yeah.
Eats and Rhymes, the culinary community and culture, bringing those young folks in that have expressed interest in entrepreneurship, small business ownership, culinary, and just having them come to the brick and mortar when we get the brick and mortar, and anything that is donated or any funds that are in that Hot 16 Foundation, that is what we will do, almost like an internship, right?
Yeah.
And utilize those funds. And our big goal is by May 2027 is to give a $1,000 scholarship to a deserving graduating senior at his alma mater, West Charlotte High School. I do want to shout out August 18th. They have we have a great partnership with them going right now. They are having a huge open house event, and we want to make sure that the families that are there, they make sure to let me know.
Yes.
The kids that are enrolled. Okay, not a party, not a rock party, but the families that are enrolled there, please come over, see the beautiful school, meet the staff, but definitely that's where we're gonna start, that's not
Yeah.
where we're gonna end. And so, yeah, really, really excited about the nonprofit organization. That's my baby. I'm a part of a couple different nonprofit organizations myself, McCrory YMCA and the Women's Empowerment and Birth Equity Institute. So it's right in my lane to
I was about to say, that's
to
in
be
your
there.
wheelhouse.
Yeah, yeah.
What have you learned from the community? It's so much pride in West Charlotte, especially those who have went to West Charlotte High School. I had to address it as the West Charlotte High School. You remember that,
Yeah,
Carlene,
yeah,
during the
that
interview?
way.
Right.
Yeah, we had the principal on our show a few months ago.
Yeah.
The West Charlotte High School. What have y'all learned from the community?
Yeah, so just background family-wise, like my grandmother graduated from West Charlotte High School when it was Northwest. It was the Northwest School of Arts. That was the building. That was
Man.
the first original. And then my parents, my mom and dad, my great aunts, my aunts,
Oh, man.
cousins, like everybody, because we all grew up in that area. So that's home for me when it comes to that. But now when we're out speaking and listening, like I do more listening than I do speaking right now. Just listen to the community. It's like they understand that there's a need. There's a need when I think we were at a community meeting at the West Charlotte High School 2 weeks ago, and I just mentioned open a pizza shop, and you thought I just opened up free healthcare because it's just like it's the excitement, and I think that has been the most fulfilling thing. Is what I think is just open up a pizza shop. That's why I say it's more than pizza because of the support and just the need and the want for them to fill spaces, empty spaces. There's a lot of, if you ride up and down Base Road, there's empty houses, there's empty businesses, and like if we put value, like just sitting on it is not going to increase the value of the community, and the community knows that, and the community wants that. They want to fill those spaces. They want to put businesses in there. They want to have these different ideas, even generations, age gaps, whatever. They just want something positive.
Yeah.
And then when you think about the positivity of it is that Charlotte, they always say we don't have identity. But
Yeah.
there's a new wave of the creatives, the culture. I mean, Atlanta, you think of the flashiness of showing all the branding and all that kind of things. You think of Maryland, D.C. area, you think of that pride because of just during like the civil rights, things like that. Like you move up north, you carry yourself differently.
Right.
Because, and I think now Charlotte is kind of getting a mix of both of that and creating their own. Like you have the Boiler Yards, you have
Yeah, Boiler Yard is
the
great.
R and
Yeah.
Brew, you have the folks at Camp North End that's
Yeah,
just
Vibe
doing
Outside.
the Vibe Outside.
Yeah, yeah.
You have Winston that does the applesauce group, and it's just the embracing of just culture and community where now you having a different branding of Charlotte.
Yeah.
That we want to tap into, and I feel like you insert that with the legacy, you insert that with the backstory and the history of like the Base Road area. Like you can throw a rock and you can have one income that is $27,000 and then have a couple miles down the road, not even 2 miles down the road,
$1 million
you have
home.
$1 million homes. It's very unique. You have two of the largest African American churches on the same road when it comes to Base Road. You have West Charlotte with the history, and it stretches so long, it goes down almost to Huntersville. So I think we clump Base Road into maybe 4 blocks, and it's so much bigger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, agreed.
And this is a selfish question. Will we get an Eats and Rhymes in Greensboro?
I know. Very selfish, right? So listen, Greensboro is home, right? I came down here to UNC Charlotte,
Yeah.
but I mean, obviously, a lot of folks up there, a lot of great friends, a lot
Yeah.
of great people. I think our eventual goal is to get our flagship here, get
Yeah.
it going, make sure everything is tight and where it needs to be. But I mean, that is his vision, is to be able
Yes.
to have it in different places. So, we've not discussed Greensboro, but
Or High Point. I'm actually from High Point, so I mean.
yeah, my mom and dad live in High Point now,
Yeah.
so I mean that definitely, we're not shutting any doors to success. That's for sure.
I always say it's me, John Coltrane, and Fantasia holding it down.
Yeah.
It's just three, the big three right
Well,
now.
Also too, DJ Esud.
Esud, my bad, Esud. I'm sorry,
he's holding it
Esud. My
down
bad,
for High Point,
Esud.
too.
My bad, Esud.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Esud. The brick and mortar you mentioned, making Charlotte the flagship. How can people support? Because you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, function as a pop-up, right?
Yes.
Okay. How can folks support the pop-up and also the building of the flagship?
Right. So the pop-ups that we are securing just some locations to, we're going to call it the drop.
Okay.
Instead of pop-ups, so it's like you drop your location.
Yeah.
We want to do pre-orders with that, and then we drop the location, and then you come pick up. But we want to be intentional about using different areas around the west side, the Base Road area, to do the drops. So we're now working with local businesses just to say, hey, we just need your parking lot. Like, we'll cook everything prepared.
Yeah.
We don't need to come inside, but we want to drop those locations locally for people to start picking up and just get familiar. I mean, if you go on Base Road on the weekends, you see all these tents, all these food trucks.
Yeah.
It's a food desert. Like, people are starving for good food to eat in that area. So we wanted, like I said, we're a couple of weeks away just for doing those drops, but you will go to eatsandrhymes.com and our Instagram to find the locations of where those drops are going to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
And any more shout outs? I don't want to miss anybody as far as helping this vision come together.
I think, well, first off, I know that we've mentioned some of the folks that own, but I really, really want to shout out specifically Sharice at Archive, who has allowed us to do the private tastings, which is what we did. We wanted to put our product out there, and of course we brought you guys. We want to get y'all's review as well at the end, but we want to get our product out there. So we did 3 tastings, and the teacher and me did a rating and Likert scale and all the things so that we could get data. So 4.8 out of 5 stars is how we were reviewed, so we know, like, okay, we got a good product. In terms of, she's allowed us to use her space.
Yeah.
Jennifer and Tracy Mackins are just beautiful lights, and are just supporting us, reposting our stuff, having conversations with folks about getting us as their neighbors. So we really, really want to shout those ladies out because they are continuing to support and putting Eats and Rhymes in people's heads and minds constantly behind the scenes. So we appreciate that. We also too are in communication with the building developer, Christopher Dennis, and so we are continuing conversations with him and hoping to get at that space,
Yeah.
get in that location, and he knows our desire to be there. And then just our network of friends and family that are really rooting for us, supporting us.
Yeah, the network has been huge, and definitely shout out to our creative developer, Eric Saunders. We had a mutual friend, and after school, it's like we created this friendship, this bond, and just the lightness of just music, just the bonding over that. But he has a vision when it comes to the music side,
Yes.
where he's more of the historian. Like, I like music,
Yeah.
and I listen to music, but like, he studies it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he studies that, and then just with his network of friends, and my childhood friend Michael Parrott is going to help with the operations pieces. Like, they're the core of our team
Yes.
when it comes to that. But They both, one went to Fayetteville State, Mike went to Winston-Salem State. Like I say, my parents and grandparents graduated from John C. Smith. So, like I say, there's a connection. There's a link that we're creating with all the networking in the building and the support. Just quick, like I cut my finger at the last tasting at the very end.
At the very
At the very end. And I was like, oh, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. But it's just like people were actually checking on me the next day. Like, is he all right? He's okay. It's like, man, that's all right. Like when you have people check on you after you cut your fingers, like that means you're doing something right. And that's what we want to keep that path of doing it the right way.
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
To Pimp a Butterfly. That's the album.
Oh,
Yes.
That's
okay.
the album.
That's your
To
5
Pimp
mic.
Yeah.
a Butterfly's your 5
To,
mic.
to Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay.
Uh-huh. I know it's random, but To Pimp a
Yeah.
Butterfly. I've been,
No,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
But
Pimp a
just
Butterfly.
think, that's what I want people to think about when they're eating pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what's your favorite album when you listen to this music and you're inside this place? And we want to build a brick and mortar where you kind of get lost in that element.
Yes.
Like your comfort zone is like you're so comfortable in that space that you can just be free of thoughts and,
Yep.
and free. The Dean Harris, walked us around West Charlotte High School yesterday.
beautiful.
And being a graduate there is like, it was 20 plus buildings. It was just all chopped up.
Wow.
But then walking through that building, and he took us to the 3rd floor to the media center, and the view just shoots right out to the football field. And I said, that's what I want Easton Rhymes to embody. Like, you don't know, once you walk into that space, you don't know you're on Batesville Road anymore.
Right.
Like, you don't think about what's out there, what you heard, the narrative, because it's so much beauty into it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
beautiful community.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
It truly is.
Dispelling the narrative is very important. Folks do not need to be scared of that community. We are not. We are excited to bring our business there, and we want to promote that side of town. And like I said, that's very important because there's some wonderful folks there, and it's a wonderful place.
And
So,
it'll be a wake-up call to the city to show the other sides of Charlotte that they might not know was out there.
yes.
But before I let you guys go, social media, I found you pretty easy. And look, I'm not the most tech savvy guy, but social media, where can folks find you on social media? Are you guys on TikTok? Are y'all on TikTok?
Okay, so let's talk about elder millennials. Okay,
Okay, all
so
right,
listen,
okay.
we're gonna work.
Emphasis on the elder.
So we are the Hot 16 Foundation. We're gonna get somebody to help us out with a little bit of marketing too. Those folks that do, the young folks that do TikTok.
Hey, look,
We
this is a
have-
call out to young people,
Yeah,
social media young
we need
people.
you guys message us if you want to, be part of our marketing team. So no, we have our Instagram is our main vehicle currently. Eats_rhymes_CLT.
Yeah.
I do want to come back. You did ask how they can support us getting in the brick and mortar. We have a campaign called Bet on the Ford, #BetOnTheFord.
Okay.
Because the capital to get into a space is it's monumental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the space we want is unfinished, and the capital is needed to finish that space
Yes,
out.
yes. So if they visit our page, they will see how to, and anything matters. $20, $200. We are open because then you're a part of history in expanding that space. And so those are the two ways to get with us. Our website, eats-rhymes.com. You can find us, and we're on Facebook, Eats and Rhymes LLC. So we've got the things. We're working on the TikTok. Young folks, hit us up.
Look, support them. Great folks, man. And some of the names that they dropped here have been guests here on the show.
Yes.
And on 704 Unfiltered on the podcast. Thank y'all for stopping by.
No, thank you
Man.
for having us.
This is not your first time here. You got to come back.
Yeah,
Like this is not just a one and
have us
done.
back.
Right.
Yeah.
With the, when we have our grand opening,
Yeah.
have us back.
Yes.
And we'll have you guys at the grand opening for sure.
I will be there. You have
Okay.
my word.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Eats and Rhymes. I'm about to do a little eating right now. So, all right.